Welcome to the growing family of pellet stove owners. Perhaps you've heated with wood for years, or maybe this is your first experience with wood heat. Either way, I think you'll find Breckwell is the most convenient and efficient way to warm your family with wood. I'm Ron Kraselnik, president of Breckwell Pellet Stoves, and I'd like to walk you through the proper operation and maintenance of your new stove. Operating and maintaining it correctly is the key to your satisfaction. The place to start is here, the owner's manual. If you've lost or misplaced yours, contact your dealer. The manual contains installation instructions, proper operating procedures, required maintenance, and even a simple troubleshooting guide to help you solve minor problems. Before we talk about operation, I want to stress the importance of proper installation. Pellet stoves are relatively easy to install, especially compared to wood stoves. But an improper installation can affect performance even more so than with a wood stove. And problem installations can void your warranty or lead to dangerous conditions. Most people have their Breckwell installed by their dealer. He is trained and experienced in this. If you've chosen to install it yourself, make sure you follow the owner's manual procedures thoroughly. If you have any questions, please ask your dealer rather than risk a mistake. Once your stove is properly installed, the first thing you do to warm yourself is light the fire. We recommend a pre-startup check each time you start a fire. Make sure the burn pot is empty and clear of ashes and clinkers. The holes in the burn pot should be clear. Clean out the ashes in the firebox if necessary. Clean the glass in your stove door. Usually a dry cloth or paper towel will do the job. Check the hopper. Add fuel if necessary. Now, fill the burn pot manually or by pressing the manual feed switch on the control panel. Fill it to just beneath the top holes. Apply a fire starter, like Stovebrite's gelled fire starter. Your dealer will usually offer several kinds. Through trial and error, you will learn how much to use. Keep in mind, the less you use, the better. Never use a propane torch or gasoline, charcoal lighter fluid, or other explosive substances. Next, push your slide damper on the lower left side all the way in. Then back it out 1/4 inch. Light the fire starter. Then find the control panel on the stove's left side and press the on switch. The blowers will come on. Then close the door. As you're becoming familiar with this process, you may find this puts the fire out. You may have to leave the door slightly ajar for a few minutes. If you don't get the fire going and the firebox is full of heavy smoke, press the off switch. Wait until the smoke evacuates naturally, then start again. Next, press the black button marked auger. This will activate a green light on the control panel, indicating power to the auger circuit. The auger will not start feeding pellets, even with the light on, until the stove is warmed up. Keep an eye on the stove until this happens. It usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Once you see the auger is feeding pellets, it's time to adjust the stove for normal operation. Make sure that the door is latched tightly. Set the feed rate control to suit your heating needs. It's marked low through max. When it's turned all the way to the left, on low, the feed rate will average between 3/4 and 1 1/4 pounds per hour. On max, the rate is approximately 4 3/4 pounds per hour. These rates can vary by as much as 20% depending on the pellet brand being used. The max setting is designed for temporary use only. Avoid operation at this setting for more than 1 or 2 hours at a time. The heated air velocity will decrease as you turn the feed rate down and increase as you turn the feed rate up. Allow the stove to burn at this setting for 10 to 15 minutes before adjusting the damper. Next, adjust the slide damper. This is very important. The damper adjusts the amount of air that is pulled through the burn pot. Generally, the more pellets being fed, the more air is needed. Hence, when you set the stove for more heat, you'll want to pull the rod out. Use the appearance of the fire to determine the best percentage of air. If the damper is in too far, the fire will look lazy, reddish. The door will get dirty more quickly. If the damper is out too far, the fire will look like a blowtorch with lots of flying sparks. Trial and error will help you find the best setting. You'll note a slight odor the first few times you burn your Breckwell. This is the paint curing. Keeping your first few fires rather small will help minimize this. One note of caution: if you notice a heavy smoke buildup in the stove, don't tamper with the door or damper. Pull the plug and wait 15 minutes, even if smoke escapes the unit. You can then open the door, clean out the burn pot, and restart the fire. You may want to check for obstructions in the system, especially if you notice heavy creosote inside the firebox. Call your dealer if you have any questions. Your dealer can install a remote wall thermostat with your Breckwell to keep your home at a constant temperature. With a thermostat, the stove will automatically switch from the low setting to a maximum rate knob setting of D. Make sure that you follow the instructions in your owner's manual. By the way, don't use the manual feed switch when the stove is operating. You could smother the fire. Just a few words about fuel. Wood pellets vary widely throughout the country. They come in different diameters, lengths, and densities. They are made from different species of wood, and they have different characteristics regarding ash content and clinkering. Your dealer will be able to recommend the best available fuel for your Breckwell in your area. Pellet quality varies too. Watch for excessive fines, which are disintegrated pellets or simply sawdust. Watch for moisture too. If they get wet, pellets fall apart. Don't try to burn wet or damp pellets. Pay attention to pellet size. 1/4 inch diameter pellets work best, we find, and 1 inch is the best maximum length. A change in pellets can lead to radically different performance. Even various batches of the same brand can be different. If you notice changes in pellet feed rate, heat output, ash accumulation, or other performance characteristics, consider the fuel. It might be the cause. We find that most people plan to refill the hopper daily, at a regular time convenient to their schedule. Keep the hopper door closed, except when adding fuel, and try not to let the hopper fall below 1/4 full. The Breckwell is convenient, but it still must be maintained properly. A non-combustible fly ash that builds up on all inside surfaces must be removed periodically. Always turn the stove off and let it cool before performing any maintenance. Breckwell Tradition P24 models and Cadet P26s come with 2 maintenance tools. Tool A is designed to empty the ash pan. First, remove and empty the burn pot. Then, you can remove and empty the ash pan. Tool B inserts into the cleaner key. Pushing it forward and backwards cleans the ash from the 17 heat exchange tubes. Excessive ashes and clinkers accumulate in the burn pot and will reduce efficiency. So if you burn your stove continuously for several days, we suggest that you regularly use Tool A to stir the ash bed inside the burn pot. Periodically, you will need to remove the clean-out doors inside the combustion chamber to vacuum out fly ash and remove any creosote deposits. Use a vacuum and a wire brush if there's any creosote. The owner's manual provides a lot more detail about properly maintaining your stove, including oiling blowers and cleaning your chimney. Thank you for taking the time to learn how to operate and maintain your new Breckwell correctly. We know you'll have a better heating experience for having done so. Don't forget to keep the owner's manual handy to review these procedures regularly. You are among the country's trendsetters as you begin to heat with wood pellets. We appreciate your leadership, and we look forward to serving you, your friends, neighbors, and relatives too, as more and more people discover the benefits of Breckwell pellet stoves. Let us, or your Breckwell dealer, know if he can do a better job of serving you.